Hello and welcome to another episode of my brand new model railway series where I select random model trains from my collection and run them with different pieces of rolling stock. Throughout the series, I'll use unique modelling techniques and share personal stories of some of my favourite locomotives to bring everything to life that little bit more. In the last episode, we added in the Hornby Deltic, as well as the wheel throwing out 4 different liveried locomotives, including my LMS lined Black 5, my Great Eastern Railway Y14, my GWR Manor class, which I ran with the chocolate and creams, and of course, my sound-fitted P2 Prince of Wales. So, as you would have seen in the last episode, we had a variety of different liveried locomotives from different regions as well. We had a pre-grouping one in there. We had a massive LNER P2, which was really good. So, yeah, hopefully today we can replicate that excitement. And, yeah, hopefully the wheel will throw out some good ones. Now, a couple of you have left some comments to suggest different ways I can do these episodes. 2 comments mentioned about maybe doing some double headers based on the locos, which would be pretty cool to think about. And also running 2 locos at the same time, one on the outside, one on the inside line. So depending on what way the wheel goes for us today, we will experiment with one of those, which will be exciting for this episode. So yeah, let's see what the wheel has to offer today. Here we go. We're going to spin for the first locomotive. What's it going to be today? Is that going to be the Castle? No, it's going to tick over to the Jubilee class, and this is my Leander model, which is in BR green. So I don't think this locomotive has ever worn that colour in real life or preservation, so again, quite a unique model in my collection for that purpose, but a big one to start off with. Let's get into the second one. All right, locomotive number 2 is on its way. I wonder if it's going to be the same region as Leander or if it's going to be different. Oh, okay. I mean, it's not part of a region specifically because this is a commemorative model that Hornby produced. It's the Elizabeth II Platinum Jubilee model, which actually in real life did happen, and it was at Severn Valley Railway. It was Tor Valley that got converted into this train, and Hornby did a model of it. I was a bit unsure whether to get this one, but it's quite a striking model and I wanted one for the collection. So, all right, we've just spun for locomotive number 3. Here we go. Let's see what it's going to be. Oh, it's going to be one of the panniers. Nice. All right, this is the first tank engine that we've had across the series so far. So that's really good. That's a little bit different. And this is my BR lined black version, which is actually in my home fleet. So yeah, some potential there to run some Great Western wagons, maybe, is what I'm thinking of. So, yeah, well, I mean, let's wait and see. Right, we've still got one more locomotive to go. Let's see what is going to throw at us to finish this set for today. Okay, Bed and Grange, nice. So we've got 2 GWR locomotives. And I think that confirms that we're going to run both of them together. We'll have Bet and Grange on the outside and we'll have the pannier on the inside. So yeah, maybe we'll do a goods and a passenger. So that'll be cool. Right, let's get into the rolling stock. So here are 3 of the 4 running locomotives in today's session. And that purple livery of Elizabeth II, I do understand it's quite conflicting for some enthusiasts because it's anything but prototypical in terms of livery, but it does look good contrasting with Leander and Bet and Grange. Now, the GWR pannier is currently hanging out where my small engines chill under the canopy, facing the opposite direction because it's going to be starting at Cooper's Crossing. As you can see, I've got a mixed GWR set with my newly acquired Great Western Collet coach that is chocolate and cream with some wagons. Bet and Grange is going to run my other chocolate and cream BR set, along with Princess Elizabeth, who is going to be hauling the chocolate and cream Pullman set. And here they are on platform 1 a little bit earlier while I was testing this out. And those lights at the Pullmans do just give it that extra authentic feel. So yeah, looking forward to that. Leander is going to start the running session, and that is going to be running my BR Maroons, and they are already positioned on platform 2. So that is what we're going to start with. Here we go. Now, interestingly, I nearly sold this model about a month ago for £55. And I'm so glad that I rejected that offer in the end. I was trying to sell it on Facebook. But yeah, the reason why I wanted to shift it was because throughout all of the layouts that I've had this model for, it hasn't really negotiated them very well. And with the nature of me trying to cram a lot into a small space, I have to have complex layouts. But this model just wasn't navigating it very well. But since I deconstructed it, put a new decoder in it and gave it a full service, it runs absolutely perfectly. And you might have seen it in my Giants of the LMS gala that I did not long ago. So yeah, very happy to have kept this model, and it's a quality model as well. So yeah, really pleased that it still works great. Now, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't divided when this model first came out, and I actually held off for a long time before purchasing one. Now, the livery, the name, the number, none of that is prototypical, and the fact that this was produced for a specific royal commemorative event only is going to appeal to certain groups of people. And for me, it was the livery that got me. I kept seeing this at model shows. I saw this in real life at the Severn Valley, and it just looked phenomenal. And I thought, well, if I can, come up with some reasons as to why I would run it, such as this, or maybe a specific Heritage Railway event celebrating, the work of the royal family or whatever, then it has a right to be in the collection. So that's why I got it. And listen, I buy models to run. I don't buy them to store away and keep in collections. So yeah, as soon as I knew that, I thought I've got to have one. So I'm glad I did. And to conclude the running session for today, we've got Betton Grange preparing by filling up with water at my newly acquired water tower. Then we've got the GWR Pannier currently at Cooper's Crossing, ready to prepare to take its train from there. So hopefully the last part of the running session will be good to see two GWR locos running together with contrast in stock. So yeah, I'll pop back at the end of the video, but for now, let's enjoy. And with episode 3 of this series coming to an end, you have now seen 12 of my 34 locomotives that have featured in this wheel. So the idea that I have for the final episode is for the remaining 6 locos that don't get picked across the series, I'm going to do a gala as a conclusion to the series. So let me know what you think about that idea in the comments. But for now, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you again next time.